Look, it's the track of a big buck. Let me spit my backer and scratch my gonads. Oh man. So if you're walking with somebody and they go, "Ooh, look, that's the track of a big buck," they do not know what they are talking about. Let me explain why. And I've got a good example of it right here. So you can probably, even though you're not going to be able to tell it's an actual track, let's look at this right here. That spot right there that is darker than everything around it it's actually two deer tracks, because deer do a direct register. The back foot comes up and steps almost directly on top of the front. So that is a track. If you look, it's hard to see any tracks going out towards tracker, but if you look right next to his right front leg, about midway back his leg down into that bare spot, you'll see another dark spot. That is another deer track. So you can see this one real easy, you can see that one real easy, but you don't see anything between here and there real easy. Why is that? Well, several reasons. And this is why if you have somebody look at a track and go, that is a big buck, they don't know what they're talking about. The depth of a track is dependent upon two different things. The first being the mass of the animal, you know, how big it is. And that's obvious, I think. If a 200-pound whitetail buck comes walking through here, well, for that matter, if a 200-pound whitetail doe comes walking through here and puts a track down, the track's going to be longer, it's going to be deeper than, let's say, the 60-pound buck fawn that's following her, okay? Simply because of the mass of the animal. The other part, and this is critical of importance that people ignore, is that the density of the soil where they are stepping is critical to recognizing the depth of the track. And so you'll have, again, let's look at this 200-pound doe. She steps on concrete. She's not going to leave a track. She might leave transfer from another area, but she's not going to leave a depth of a track into that concrete, okay? So what's happening here is right here, the animal that stepped there stepped on soil that is loose due to some previous rains, plus it's looser in the center of this ATV trail. And then up there, that's where basically mud has collected from previous rainfall. And it's really soft right there. That's why you can see it all the way from back here. And again, I know you can't tell that's a track of a deer, but you can see that it's dark. That's what we would call disturbance in tracking, okay? Now, the point I'm trying to make is that density of soil is critical to your understanding of tracks. So you might come to an area where it's recently rained and see a bunch of tracks, come to the same area and the same animals walk through there and hardly see any tracks, if any tracks at all. And so one of the things you got to consider when tracking is most recent rainfall. Without a doubt, you've got to consider that. The density of the soil in basically its composition. Does it have more clay? Does it have more sand? Whatever. Because the different composition of the soil, like tracking here in Kentucky, was very different for me when I went and taught tracking out in Utah. Very, very different ground out there. Very different medium for the deer to be walking in for me to try to read. So, keep that in mind as you're doing your tracking. I hope it helps you. Get outside, do some tracking, see what you can see. It's basically just enhanced situational awareness. There's no doubt about that. And I hope this serves to help you in whatever it is you want to do in the outdoors. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.